Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Stock Anime Robin. In this video, I'll be unboxing and reviewing the SH figure art of the Dragon Ball character Shallot from the Dragon Ball Legends video game. And this set is manufactured by Bandai Tamashii Nation. And as you can see, this set is still in its transport box. So let's first take it out. And let's take a look of the detail on this case before we open it up. So for the transparency, we can see most of the figure and the alternate heads for this figure and a few different or alternate hand parts. And on the back, we have quite a few pictures that shows us like OSH figure arts. This figure has very strong articulation and it's capable of putting on a lot of poses for display. And here we have like a picture of the SH figure art Giblet, which is Shallot's twin brother, and how they can both be take the Super Saiyan God form and perform a fusion dance. And what's another interesting thing about this set is that it has primarily black case, like that of Giblet case, unlike most of the Dragon Ball SH figure art set that comes with primarily a case that's outlined with white instead of black. So these twin brother sets are specially colored. But that's all the detail we can give on this case. So now let's open it up. Here's the main figure and its alternate parts inside the plastic case. And here we have the instruction manual for this set. And let's get this figure out. And since we have quite a few small accessory parts here, you have to open this case gently, otherwise you can send those alternate hands flying. So let's take this figure out. We have a plastic film that's stuffed into the torso of the figure, and the presence of this film here, it's kind of confirmation that this set was brand new when you first opened it. And this figure can stand straight very well without much adjustments, so it has very good balance. And now let's go over the instruction manual real quick. So this section here is showing us here the default hands, which are a pair of clenched fists. And these are two alternate hand parts from this set. And here, the section is showing how you can change the face parts. So basically, you just have to literally remove the face from the head and then replace it with whatever alternate face you want to pull on. And it's the same thing with the alternate head for the one that's in base Saiyan form instead of the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan form. And you can also exchange the blue tail with just a regular black Saiyan tail. And that's it for the instruction. And now let's check out the articulation of this figure. Its head can look left and right very easily. And it can also kind of look up. And looking down very easily. It can raise its arms laterally. It can also rotate the arms 360 degrees like this. And there's good articulation for the shoulders. It can go forward or push backwards a little. There's a lot of articulation in arms, so the hands can rotate. And all this upper body articulation allows you to put on like a fighting pose like this. And its torso, it can be pushed to go bend down like this or push backwards, although not by a lot. And it can turn at its waist. The legs can kick to the side. And this is like soft armor, so it won't get in the way. So also kick up. And the knee can bend. And the legs can rotate or turn inward or outward at its side. And then we have a good ankle joint here. You can adjust the degree or how the ankle can bend. And finally, the feet can bend, so it can do like a standing on the toe kind of pose, like this. And some of the joints can be somewhat easily detached, but that's more of a good thing than a bad thing because you can easily reattach it. And finally, we have the tail here. It can like turn 360 degree like this, and we can like basically turn it. There's a joint here, so it can be made to kind of turn, or a little minor articulation with the tail. Unfortunately, the tail itself doesn't have any joint, so the tail is not itself is not really flexible. And this covers all the articulation for this figure. And now let me show everyone how we can change the face and the hand for this figure. Just like you saw from the instruction manual, you can just literally remove this face part and then reattach it with the alternate face that is in this blue form. And the hands are even easier. You just detach the hands and then reattach with the alternate hands. And now let's try some poses with the alternate parts. Here we have Shallot performing a energy blast pose with just one hand and with a war cry face. And here we have a battle stance. And here's another fighting stance. And here we have Shallot performing an energy blast with both hands. Here we have a pose of Shallot performing an energy exploding and with a rolling face. And now let's switch Shallot's head and tail in the Super Saiyan Blue form with the head part and tail that's in the base Saiyan form, which we just simply have to literally remove the head and tail. Just there we go. And now just switch in place the alternate tail and head. The head part can be slightly tricky. You have to kind of press at the right angle to force the neck joint in. There we go. So even in the normal Saiyan form, you can have this figure put on all kinds of poses. We just did in the Super Saiyan Blue form with the alternate hands. And there's also an alternate face for the base Super Saiyan form. And just like the Super Saiyan Blue face, you have to remove the face part. this alternate one in, and you can make use of this glaring eyes and baring teeth in with all kinds of fierce fighting poses. And this covers all the basic feature of this set by itself, but as mentioned, this figure can work with the extra parts available in the SH Figuarts of the Giblet set. We have extra Super Saiyan guard parts that's meant to be put on to the Shallot's figure here. And now let's try them on. And here we have Giblet and the Super Saiyan guard alternate parts for Shallot here. So just like how we put on the base Saiyan parts on Shallot, we do the same with these Super Saiyan guard parts. So here we have the twin brothers, both in their Super Saiyan God form. And even in this form, you can again put on all various kind of poses with Shallot, so even with the alternate hand parts, put on all kinds of different poses. However, one limitation that comes in putting in this Super Saiyan God form is that there's no alternate face part for this head. So you can only have Shallot putting on a war or battle role or war cry face expression if you want to pose them in this Super Saiyan God form. So there's some limits to how it can look as you pose them. And another extra pair of alternate parts for both of them working together would be this one finger straightened out hand parts to perform the fusion dance, and how you can differentiate between which hands are for either of them is Giblet wears the gray gloves while Shallot doesn't really have gloves on. So now let's try to do the fusion dance pose. So here's them about to touch the fingers together to complete the fusion dance. And in order to have them really touch the finger together, you probably really need some strong compatible stand to hold the figure like mid-air, because there's no way they can really both keep the feet on the ground and steadily while touching the fingers together like this. And with that, we have covered all of this figure's basic feature as well as its potential in working with the other SH Figuarts set. And so, as you've seen in this video, this Shallot figure has the accessories that allows it to go between base and Super Saiyan blue form. So it is kind of rare among the Dragon Ball SH Figuarts for a Saiyan character to show transformation effect. I mean, it's not uncommon, but it's still rare. as most of the SH figure art tend to just release the Saiyan characters in either their base Saiyan forms or in their transform state. And very few has one that can allow you to have interchangeable parts to show between the base Saiyan form and the Super Saiyan Blue form. And then Shallot is the original, if not unique, in having the Saiyan tail along to go with the transformation, showing the tail turning into blue as well. So if any Dragon Ball fans or any collector who like the ability to make this change in a really posable action figure, then this set would make a really great collectible for you. And what's even better, even though it's kind of obviously a marketing strategy from Tamashii Nation to try to get collectors buy as many sets as you can, but the Shallot's twin brother Giblet set has having the extra parts that allow the figure to go into Super Saiyan God form, makes this Shallot figure like the very first among the SH figure arts in the Dragon Ball franchise to be able to transform into 3 different forms, go from base Saiyan form to either the Super Saiyan Blue form or Super Saiyan God form. So that's why I believe this figure will be great for any Dragon Ball fan who love the God transformations. And if you are such a fan or collector who like these things, I highly recommend you consider adding this set along with the Giblet SH figure art into your collection. But as great as this figure is for the interchangeable parts for transformation effect I just mentioned, there's still a downside for the set, and that is in this set only one alternate phase is included for either the Super Saiyan Blue form or the base form. Either form only has one alternate phase that makes this figure's posability for showing expression or emotions very limited. And if you're a fan who preferred your SH figure art to have many faces so you can put on all kinds of emotion on, then maybe this is a turn off for you, and this set it's not something you would really want. It's not only the faces, this set only has 3 alternate hands, which is kind of few for SH figure arts, and none of them has actually have a perfect energy blast kind of hands. They just can be makeshift into doing this kind of pose. So once again, the possibility for this set is somewhat limited compared to most Dragon Ball characters SH figure art design. And that may be one challenge you want to keep in mind before buying this set. However, I believe this figure's interchangeable parts showing 2 different transformation, as well as the Saiyan base form with the Saiyan tail, is such a unique feature that this is definitely a great collectible for all Dragon Ball fans. So if you're a fan who likes multiple transformation available to a figure, then I would highly recommend this one. This concludes my review for this set. Thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe to my channel. And please check out other videos in my channel. If you have any question, please leave them in the comment section. I will answer with the best of my knowledge and ability.